Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another video. So today we are doing a story time about the scar on my face. So I'm going to be giving you guys all the tea and what happened and how it happened, why it happened because of negligence. So I'm going to walk you guys and tell you guys exactly what happened, and I was so naughty back then. So there is guys cutting the grass, so it's really noisy around this area and I'm so sorry about that. But I am doing my makeup right now and my eyebrows are already done. So I just wanted to talk to you guys while I'm doing my makeup. So without any further ado, let's just hop into this video. So guys, this incident and story happened years ago when I was in grade 4. I was such a naughty kid, still a little one, and the scar actually was really much smaller than it actually is now. So yeah, eventually I think as my face got fatter, my scar also became more and more evident. So hopping into the story, when when I was in grade 3, we moved. We stayed at a flat, so we moved and into a house, and this happened like while the whole moving process was at its peak. Like everything was happening. My mom was unpacking, my dad was packing in the new house, my mom was unpacking everything at the old flat, and then there was just so much commotion happening at that time that I'm not saying like no one was paying attention, but like my brother and I had a lot of extra leeway. So yeah, when it was um it was my 10th birthday, ninth birthday. No, it was my 10th birthday. Then my dad decided to buy us quad bikes because why? I don't even know. We were still naughty kids. So yeah, my dad decided to buy us quad bikes, and um no, when I was 10, my dad bought me a quad bike for my birthday. I was so over the moon. I used to like to be all tomboyish and dressed up all fancy, and yeah, so that's not the point of the story, but like that I just want you guys to just remember that. So I was the only granddaughter at the time that actually used to do all those mental things. So then my parents decided to give my brother a quad bike. Now, why I'm telling you guys this is that we both had is because one was faster than the other, and I liked faster cars, and okay, well, till now I like all fast things. Yeah, so eventually my brother and I had both matching quad bikes, and we were like the best kids in the neighborhood. We even changed to be better kids. My word. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that happened, and we eventually started driving a lot around the neighborhood, and then we had complaints because the quad bikes were not supposed to be for the road. So I have like this huge field opposite my house. I'm going to take a picture when I go outside so I can put it into this video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We have like this huge field outside my house, and my brother and I decided we're going to start driving there. So what we used to do in the field was to go straight from my house to the field and turn left and come right down back home. So that was our route. No one actually had a problem with that because we were still on the road, but also like not on the road. So sometimes we should just spend time only in the bush. Then one day, what happened was that my brother's quad bike decided to give up. So he literally had no quad bike, and so we eventually started sharing one quad bike. Now when you have one quad bike, we both gotta share it. So it was like I go for one round or you go for one round. We had rules. We set rules before we could move on. Then eventually what happened was that we we just decided that, you know what, let's just both of us hop onto the quad bike. It was the worst nightmare ever. Now, we almost met in an accident. That was number one. Then my dad scolded us. Now I got a mark here because of that. There was also an accident, and you guys don't see that because I don't show my hands that often. Now, yeah, that also happened, and it was brutal. They were banned. We were banned from driving quad bikes, and it was such a sad feeling. My dad even went to the extent of selling our quad bikes, but no one wanted to buy it. So, yeah. Then eventually, like my parents got out of the phase, and then they started letting us ride quad bikes again. But this time, like under full supervision. Like there was not a time where like one parent would be away and all of that. Then on the one quad bike, the chain decided to pack up, and we were down once again to just one quad bike. So we started sharing all over again. And my dad bought my brother a two-wheeler. I could not drive a two-wheeler, so they just gave me the four-wheeler, and they told me I must that's the four-wheeler that I must use. So I was perfectly like fine with it. I didn't have any issues with it. I was like, you know what, this is for me, and yeah, I'm going to be using that. So one day what happened was we started riding quad bike a little early, and it was a weekday because my dad never used to work on weekends. Yeah, so it was a weekday and my dad was going to work. So what happened was they were like, okay, yeah, you can go, and you can guys can play, and under my brother's supervision. My brother's older than me, so I was like, okay, and I was very happy about it, and so was he. So anyway, we decided to work some. We decided to work some of the magic, and yeah, so we were driving quad bike, like as I said, each one of us having turns. We were having turns, and because he's older, so he was calling the shots, and yeah. So anyway, it's time for my turn. My dad is going to work. My mom is packing my dad's lunch. My brother and I are driving our quad bikes. So yeah. Then I decided to be a hero, and while driving, I decided to accelerate like mad. Now, I don't know why, but I was under this misconception that I had full control over the the bike. I I like literally like forgot, like this is a quad bike, and I I was just having like my time. That way, I just completely forgot about everything. Like so, eventually, I was driving very very recklessly, and there was there was supervision. I'm not gonna lie, it was my brother, and eventually, I went through the bush like normal. Now in the bush, like literally nothing could happen because I was anywhere I went, I would be safe, even though I was driving like mad. And this was one of our fastest quad bikes that we owned. So I was driving so fast, so recklessly. I didn't even get time for my parents to shout at me because I was so pathetic at driving. But it was just all of a sudden. I was so um, careful all the time. I don't know what happened this time that I was like so reckless, and I really don't know. I really don't know what happened. And as I said, it was so long ago. And I came out of the bush like normal, like everything was like normal, and I'm like, you know what, this is good, and I like what I'm doing, and I accelerated again. Now if you look closely at the picture, there's a bend there. I accelerated and I couldn't manage to take the bend because I was driving so fast. I was driving so fast, and at the bend there was a lot of guys there. Like they used to sit and play cards, and it wasn't safe there. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't safe, but it was just we used to ride quite back. That's why my parents were outside. Now, mommy is at Mom is in the kitchen making dad's food for lunch. Dad is getting ready to go to work. My brother is standing and watching me. Now me decided to be a hero, and me is in an accident. So me deciding to be a hero, not thinking about the consequences or anything, I went straight into the wall. I lost control fully of the bike, and I went straight into the wall. I had scarred myself so badly that till this day it's on my face. Anyway, my brother saw what happened. He screamed for my parents. He came with the bicycle. Like he got a bicycle, and he came running. And he came like so fast to come and see me. My dad ran, and my dad was there with him at that time. Um, yeah, that that was the story. And my mom, they didn't get time to inform her, I think because she wasn't there. But my dad was there, my brother was there, and then all the people nearby was there. One auntie who saved my life, she lives up the road from me. She's the reason why I'm here today. She saved my life. She brought lots of turmeric and all the old auntie methods, and stuff like that. She was using all of that on my skin. I was ripped open right here. It was open so deep that you could see my bone. So I don't know how that happened. Really, I don't know how that happened. My parents said it was um because of the gears. So when I hit the wall, the impact hit me. I went front, and the whole thing got ripped. But I'm not sure about that. How this got actually. It could have been by a brick as well, because I hit and then the brick. So, but I was unconscious. I don't remember anything. I do remember, what I remembered was very, very off from the story that I'm telling you. I remember someone interfering with me on the road, and my brother was like, no, that's not true. So I thought it was those guys that sat at the corner that I was telling you about that is not safe. So I thought it was them, but like he said no, it wasn't them because he was watching me. So we both had like different thoughts about what happened. Well, he saw it, I can't remember it. So yeah, that was the story. Then my dad came, he packed me up and he put me into the car. I don't know how they got me back down to the house. Yeah, he took me. I'm sure my dad carried me. He took me back home. I think someone drove the quad bike back. Yeah, so my dad didn't end up going to work that day. Yeah, he didn't end up going to work that day because of me. And we reached the hospital, and the doctor's like, this is critical, this is bad, because it was right here by the eye. Now this, it's gone a bit low now, but it was like right here, so it was in the soft part of my face. And yeah, then my dad was like, okay, do the surgery now for her. Then the doctor told my dad, like, you know what, we're gonna have to stitch this because this is not anything like simple. It's not anything that we can just like mend it. This is from what do you call it? This is on our face, and it's not going to be there lifelong, and it's not going to heal. Then if we don't stitch it, then my dad was like, go for it. And I don't. From what I heard, they said I was crying through the whole process. As I said, I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything that happened. And yeah, when I woke up, yeah, so in total I had 6 stitches, and it wasn't even melting stitches. I had to go and they had to remove it. At that time I don't think melting stitches was a thing here in South Africa. I had to go and get my stitches removed, and it was very scary because I was so young and I had to go through that. And my mom is like more of the scary cat. Like when it comes to all of this, my dad is like, oh no, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. But my mom, she's like, you know, the scary one. Yeah, so in total I had 6 stitches. I couldn't go to school. I didn't go to school for a while. I wrote my exams. I wrote my final exams. I missed the second term. So second term I missed. Uh, I missed the whole time of school. I missed my exams. And the principal was so kind and he's like, you know what? Don't stress about it. Just make sure she recovers. And yeah, so that was really nice of them. Then yeah, then that happened. Then my recovery was what took the longest because the stitches were like not healing. It was just not healing. It was like that was the most part that like it brings back too much. That was the part that hurts me a lot. Like I can't seem to get over that. But like as I said, like it took time for everything to come right. Like till this date, I have it on my face. In school, I used to get called Scarface, and that was horrible. It was horrible. I hated being in school because like I had to go to school with the bandage, and yeah, that was like my face had to be covered at all times, and even after the healing process and everything, I had to be covered, and to get called all those fancy names. That was the part that I hated. So yeah, after all of that, I came back stronger, and today I show it off. I can walk around without makeup. I'm like perfectly fine to show it off. I don't have any like regrets about it because I've learned so much from this that it taught me to be strong and harder and overcome everything. So I'm actually very lucky to be saved because I could have bled like a really bad because it was really open. I could have got infections. I could have got injured even more had it not been for the people around me, my community. So I'm really grateful for the people who helped me. And yeah, to this day, when I see the auntie who had saved me, I'm like so excited to see her. I always visit her. She's like she watches my videos too, so if she's watching this, shout out to her. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. That was my short story about what happened and how it happened. It was a small story, like, but it brings back a lot of memories and like what I did, what I shouldn't have done, how I grew, the lessons on how to be more careful, and I was naughty. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with another amazing video. I'm out, guys.